Today we're going over some training to positive failure, as well as covering how to use static contraction training to increase that muscle mass of yours. Get ready, get set, because here we go. Hi, I'm John Hart, and welcome back to Mr. America Hart. So today I'm giving you a little peek into how I use static holds in my workout. A few of you guys have asked and girls have asked, how does it look like? How do I calculate the weights? All of these things. Static holds, first of all, are a way of using the weights to increase the intensity on the muscle fibers, to get more muscle fibers engaged at any one moment in time. So when we can lift a weight and lower a weight for, let's say, 6 repetitions, and that set takes, I don't know, something like 25 seconds, let's say. Between 20 and 40 seconds is where we want it on the biceps, or where I want it on the biceps, for maximum growth, hypertrophy, and all of that. So that's what I'm looking for, is 20 to 40 seconds. So if I can get 25 seconds out of it, that's pretty good in a regular set, where I'm keeping constant tension on the biceps. Okay, so that's the goal. When doing that, on my weight stack over here, I have a low cable pulley set up over here next to my preacher bench, which is right behind me. And when I get in that position to do the curl, I'm going to have 36 kilo on the first set. And I'm going to try to get somewhere between 6 and 10 repetitions. Today it'll be at the lower end because I just bumped the weight up from my usual. My weight stack on this machine goes up in pretty big jumps as far as the kilos go. So I kind of have to work with it. So today I'm going to be making a little bit of a jump, and I'll just use the 36 kilo going for 6 reps, let's say. And I'll be using a 3-second negative, a 1 to 2 second positive. And I say 1 to 2 second positive because as I fatigue, it's going to take a little bit longer to lift that weight up. Of course, the first rep is probably going to be the fastest one of all of them at about a second lift, or concentric lift. And then the rest of them will be progressively slower as it goes. So I'm looking to get 3-second negative, a 1 to 2 second positive. You see I'm sweating right here because I'm right in the middle of this workout. So that will give me, at let's say 6 repetitions, that'll give me something along the lines of, let's call it 25 to 30 seconds, okay, for the entire set. And if I detect that if I don't get 6 reps, I'll basically fight it to squeeze out a few more seconds under resistance. Time under tension, increasing the time under tension a few seconds more, just so I can get up in that range of 20 plus seconds, okay? So that's the set taken to positive failure. That's the set that I'm doing normal repetitions, lifting and lowering. Then I'm going to take a break, and when I come back to it, of course I'll chop out the rest time in between. When I get back to it, I'm going to increase my weight stack down to 49.5 kilo. Now, 30% is really the goal increase that I want to make to do a static hold from what I can use to failure on my positives. So this is a little bit more than 30% too. I figure since you guys are here right now, it's going to psych me up a little bit. I'm going to give it a real go, and I'm going to go for that same time under tension because I'll have the number from the first set. So I'll know about how much I need to hold it for. And it's going to hit some deeper fibers, man. Some fibers that are not used in that first set. With about 33 or 35% of an increase in the weight. And you'll see, I'll be able to hold it in place because static repetitions, where you're not lifting and lowering weights, you are actually stronger in. You can use 30% more weight in the fully contracted position. So I'm setting my cable pulley up so that there's a lot of resistance. At the top, you'll notice the cable angle is almost 90 degrees to my forearms. That's where I want it for a static hold. I move the bench away from the cable pulley so that I can get harder resistance at the top. That's what I really want. I'm going to fight it as long as I can, and then I'll probably do a slow negative at the end. But my static hold stops counting once the hands start moving and I can't stop the weight. So once I detect that, I cut the clock in my mind. That's it right there. So let's see how this goes today. Hopefully with you guys here to motivate me, it's going to give me a little bit more drive. I'm going to go for it right now. Let's see how this goes. Here we go. Okay, so on this set of preacher curls, you see I do have the cable set up in such a way that I get some good resistance at the top. And I'm taking it down in a 3-second negative with a little bit of an explosiveness on the way up. I'm pausing momentarily before releasing it and coming back down with it. And you'll see these last 3 reps of the set right here. They're actually taking longer, as I said, on the way up on a positive than all the prior reps, because as I'm fatiguing, it's getting harder to do. But this one right here is the last one of the set, and I go for it, and I hit positive failure where I cannot get a full, complete rep, but I work it until I realize I've had enough, and down it goes. Now, comparing this static hold set to the standard set that I took to positive failure, you're going to notice the goal here is for me to equal or get around the same amount of time under tension. That set to positive failure of 6 or 7 reps that I did prior to this took about 45 seconds. So it doesn't look like there's much going on here right now, but there really is. On the inside, I'm breathing, I'm keeping the air going in and out, I'm not holding my breath, squeezing my biceps as hard as I can against the resistance, realizing that once they start to fail, truly fail, I will not be able to hold it up there any longer. And that time's coming. You'll see the bar just start to drop below my shoulder, and that's the only time I start to release it, right there. And you'll see the entire set of the static took just under 40 seconds. So there it is, static hold, and done for the day.
Hey, do you want John to be your personal trainer? Get your training and diet managed online by Mr. America himself. Go to MrAmericaHeart.com. It's in the link right here below in the video's description.